Imagine a world, not so different from our own, yet fundamentally changed in ways we can barely comprehend. Picture a place where the final chapter is never written, where the story of every life stretches on, page after page with no end in sight. What if we conquered death itself? Imagine a reality with no more aging, no more disease, no more tragic accidents cutting lives short. Every heartbeat, every breath, guaranteed for as long as you wish. The dream of immortality has fascinated us for millennia. From ancient myths to modern science fiction, humanity has always yearned to break free from the chains of mortality. But beneath the surface of this dream, a darker reality quietly emerges, one that we rarely dare to confront. The universe itself is built on cycles of birth and death, creation and destruction. Every living thing, every star, every civilization follows this rhythm. What happens when humanity decides to step outside that ancient law? What if we refuse to play by the rules of nature? Imagine having all the time in the world, centuries to learn, to explore, to create, to love, and to grow. Never having to say goodbye, never fearing the ticking clock. The fear of loss would vanish, replaced by a sense of endless possibility. Every relationship, every dream could last forever. The race against time would end. Deadlines would lose their meaning. Life would stretch out before us, limitless. This is the utopia immortality promises, a world where joy, connection, and achievement have no expiration date. But every great change brings consequences, often ones we never anticipate. Removing death is like pulling a cornerstone from a skyscraper. The whole structure shifts, and nothing remains untouched. Our societies, our relationships, even our very sense of self, are shaped by the knowledge that life is finite. Mortality gives meaning to our choices and urgency to our actions. To erase that limit is to fundamentally change what it means to be human, to alter the core of our existence. So, let's journey together into a hypothetical future, a world where humanity achieves eternal life and see what unfolds. We'll explore the ripple effects, crowded cities, strained resources, and the challenges of a world where no one ever leaves. And we'll confront the psychological toll of forever, what it means to live without an ending, and how our minds might struggle to adapt. How would families, jobs, and governments adapt or break under the weight of immortality? What new systems would we need to survive? This isn't just a story of a world without death. It's a story of transformation, of unintended consequences, and of the price we pay for our deepest desires. It's about the unintended, often terrifying consequences of getting exactly what we wished for, of opening a door that can never be closed. The cosmos is full of cautionary tales, stories of civilizations that reached too far, too fast. This might be the greatest one of all. Let's begin our journey into the unknown. Imagine for a moment, a world where death simply does not exist. In a world without death, daily life transforms in ways both subtle and profound. The routines we take for granted would shift, as people adapt to endless tomorrows. Obituaries vanish from newspapers, hospitals become places for maintenance and repair rather than healing, and the entire death industry, funeral homes, cemeteries, memorials, simply disappears. Cemeteries, once solemn grounds, are transformed into vibrant parks, relics of a time when life ended and memories were all that remained. Family gatherings would span centuries. Imagine meeting your great-great-great-grandparents and even ancestors from eras long past, all together under one roof. Inheritance loses meaning. With no one ever leaving, family trees become tangled forests, their branches twisting endlessly, stories overlapping and intertwining. Milestones like birthdays and retirements lose their significance when life is endless, celebrations become routine, and the passage of time feels less important. We'd invent new rituals just to mark time, searching for meaning in ceremonies that help us remember who we are and where we've been. Risk would feel different. Extreme sports become mundane, as the fear of death fades away, replaced by a new fear, the possibility of endless suffering or imprisonment, with no escape. Life would be secure, but freedom and meaning would become more fragile than ever, as the weight of eternity presses down on every choice. The stakes for every action would rise, knowing that consequences could last forever, and every decision might echo through endless years. In this world, the absence of goodbye changes everything. Without endings, every relationship, every moment, and every choice takes on a new, unfamiliar weight. Immortality's first consequence: overpopulation. Births keep coming, but no one leaves. The population doubles, then doubles again. Earth groans under billions more. Food, water, housing, and energy become precious commodities. Cities merge into sprawling megalopolises. Personal space vanishes. Nature is sacrificed for survival. Forests cleared, rivers dammed, every resource stretched. Eventually, Earth hits its limit. The only solution: stop reproduction. Governments enforce strict birth bans. The joy of new life becomes illegal. Humanity becomes a static, unchanging mass, immortal, but trapped. The cradle of humanity becomes its cage. Immortality's promise collides with the planet's reality. An immortal population never stops consuming or polluting. Garbage, emissions, and waste multiply endlessly. Climate change accelerates, pollution becomes catastrophic, oceans turn to dead zones, forests vanish, and biodiversity collapses. The planet is buried under the weight of its own immortals. Air, water, and soil become toxic. Nature is a memory. People live indoors, shielded from the hostile world they created. The earth, once nurturing, becomes alien and unforgiving. In escaping death, we destroy the world that sustains us. Immortality's irony: survival at the cost of everything natural. Work and education are transformed by endless life. Careers last centuries. People reinvent themselves over and over. Lifelong learning becomes literal. Universities fill with students of all ages. But opportunity dries up. Ancient experts never retire, blocking new talent. A gerontocracy forms. Society ruled by the oldest, most experienced. Ambition fades. With infinite time, urgency disappears. Procrastination becomes a way of life. And innovation stalls. The economy warps. Wealth compounds for millennia, creating dynasties. Economic mobility vanishes. The gap between old rich and everyone else becomes unbridgeable. The drive to achieve is lost when there's always tomorrow. Society stagnates, trapped on an endless, unmoving ladder. The mind isn't built for eternity. Memories blur, identities fragment, centuries of experience become overwhelming, relationships lose meaning, bonds form and fade endlessly, emotional numbness and isolation spread as heartbreak repeats, boredom becomes existential. After 1,000 lifetimes, what's left to excite? New mental illnesses emerge, eternity fatigue, identity dissolution. People seek extreme thrills or self-destruction, but escape is impossible. The ultimate horror isn't living forever. It's being trapped with a weary, exhausted mind. Immortality becomes a prison of repetition. The weight of forever is heavier than we imagine. Immortality would begin as a privilege for the wealthy. Society splits. Immortals hold power. Mortals serve and resent them. Inequality becomes permanent. A new species divide. Social unrest and rebellion erupt as mortals fight for eternal life. Even if immortality spreads, new hierarchies form. Ancient first wave versus young newcomers. Age gaps span millennia, creating unbridgeable divides. New crimes and punishments emerge. Eternal imprisonment, endless suffering. Prejudice forms along age lines. Society fractures into immortal factions. The value of life changes when it's no longer scarce. Justice and morality are rewritten in a world without death. Immortality divides us more deeply than ever before. Overpopulation and chaos force governments to tighten control. Individual freedoms vanish. A global authority manages every aspect of life. Reproduction is banned, enforced by surveillance and harsh penalties. The right to family is sacrificed for survival. Resources are rationed. The free market disappears. Privacy is lost. Constant monitoring becomes the norm. Justice turns brutal. Life sentences mean eternity. Punishments become unimaginable. The state controls not just bodies but minds. In seeking order, we create a dictatorship with no escape, not even in death. Immortality demands absolute control. Immortality is a double-edged gift, shimmering with promise, yet shadowed by peril. It's a concept that has fascinated humanity for centuries, woven into our oldest myths and wildest dreams. Imagine a world where no one grieves, where disease is a memory, and time stretches endlessly before us. The pain of loss would vanish, and every moment could be spent with those we love. With infinite years, we could reach our true potential, explore distant worlds, and unravel the mysteries of the universe. Fear would lose its grip, replaced by boundless curiosity and hope. But this gift comes at a staggering cost. A world groaning under its own weight, where overpopulation suffocates freedom and meaning. The very abundance of time could strip life of its urgency and purpose. Society might stagnate, creativity could wither, and nature itself would struggle to survive. The beauty found in fleeting moments, in the preciousness of a finite life, would be lost. The lesson is clear. Life and death are partners in a cosmic dance, each giving meaning to the other. Without endings, beginnings lose their magic. Death gives life urgency, meaning, and the chance for renewal. It reminds us to cherish every sunrise, every reunion, every fleeting joy. Without death, we risk unraveling the very fabric of our humanity, losing touch with what makes each moment precious and unique. We might gain the world, but in the process, we could lose our souls, our sense of wonder, and our connection to each other. Perhaps the true goal isn't to live forever, but to live well, to fill our days with love, laughter, and meaning. Cherish our time, love deeply, and leave a legacy that outlasts us. In doing so, we honor both life and death. Like the stars, we shine brightly for a while, then fade, making way for new life and new stories to begin. Mortality isn't a curse. It's the very thing that makes our lives so special, so beautiful, and so worth living.